All right, guys, so as you can probably tell by the title, I blew my funded account. If you were previously subscribed to my channel, you know that in the beginning of October, I had a really bad day where I broke my rules and just literally traded without a brain completely. I would just call it was gambling, was trying to make money. I can kind of walk you through what happened that day. So basically, my first trade, I was up like over 12 points, I think. All right, the times are messed up, so it doesn't show you, but I got a good entry on a trade that was in my plan. It went up like 12 points or something, and then I was trying to get more profit because of how fast the market had dropped, and I stopped off for break even. And I think that what happened after that was just, it was like a combination of me not invalidating my trade thesis, because obviously it played out and then the market did what it wanted to do, and then that trade thesis was no longer valid. But I tried it 3 more times, break even once, lost 2 times, and then everything after that was pretty much just gambling. And I did not lead by example on that at all. To any of you guys who are watching this, this is why you have a daily loss limit, so stuff like this doesn't happen. Fortunately, my daily loss limit was created by Topstep. It was $3,000. I guarantee you I would have blown that account that day had it not been there. And yeah, so my daily loss limit in my rules is 3 losing trades in a row. So I should have stopped trading really after 1, 2, 3. I should have only lost $425 that day, and I should have basically stopped trading. But I was greedy that day. I was trying to make money, and I was straight up gambling. So if you're watching this, learn from my mistake. It's not what you do. So that kicked us off for the month. And after that, my balance was, I think, roughly, it's this minus 800. So it was roughly it was roughly $1,200 in my account after this day. Going from $4,800 to $1,200 in the span of, like, I kid you not, like probably 45 minutes is extremely defeating. But besides the fact, so my plan was to size down to micros and essentially risk about $100 per trade. I was not personally aware of this yet, but Topstep, the way it works is, so there's a scaling plan. If you have less than $1,500 in your account, you have to trade 2 contracts or below. But the way it works is micros and regular size e-mini contracts are 1-to-1. So that means with less than $1,500 in your account, you can't trade more than 2 mini contracts. So essentially, I had to make the decision, am I going to trade 2 mini contracts, which would be $40 of risk on any given trade in my case. So essentially, an average trade, I risk 4 points, $20 for 4 points on a mini, or a micro, is $40. So essentially, I would only be able to make $120 on any winning trade. That would make it really hard for me to build this account back up efficiently. The other option was to trade regular sized contracts and risk $200 per trade, which would would allow for essentially 6 tries, which is over leveraging according to my plan on how I trade this account. So basically, I was stuck in this position where I had to either over leverage or under leverage, and it was basically unfavorable for me. And I'm not blaming Topstep for this. I'm just saying, I mean, obviously this is my fault for losing $3,000 in one day and putting myself in that position in the first place, but that was the position I was in. So the pressure was higher to put on a winning trade. The rest of the month, the next day I had a really good trade. I risked $97 to win 816 points with $87 worth of risk. So yeah, the next day was good. And then Friday, followed by Friday, which was 3 losses in a row, and I couldn't really tell you what happened this day. And then followed by Monday, and I did it again. I broke my trading rules and I overtraded. This time I was trading poor conditions, which was another thing that you should not do. If the conditions are not in favor for scalping, then you shouldn't trade like a scalper. So that's what happened on Monday. I traded bad conditions, another mistake on my end. Tuesday, no trades. I honestly forget what happened this day too, but essentially a break-even day. Another day of poor conditions right here. Or actually, I don't remember what happened this day. I don't remember what happened this day. Yeah, I can't remember what happened the last 2 days of this week. And then Tuesday, which was this week, actually yesterday, I broke my rules again. At this point, I'm just completely like, I don't want to say completely hopeless that I will be able to build this account back up, but it's just like me making dumb decisions. I was trading bad conditions once again. Not only trading bad conditions, but my trade thesis was not the best for this day, obviously. This month has been full of mistakes for me. Trading outside of my plan, breaking my rules, trading bad conditions, taking trades back to back, which is a problem of mine. And it's just been an absolute shit show. Like, to be completely honest, it's crazy how I go from my best month to my worst month. Basically, I think I just lost sight of what got me to the position I was in at the end of the month, which was strictly following my plan, following my rules, and just being like hyper focused while trading. That's what got me a funded account. That's what got me a payout. That's what got my account to 5,600 in profit. And then to let it all go like this, it's just like, I guess I had to be reminded. I'm definitely disappointed in myself for that, but I'm not gonna give up and just stop, because I know for a fact I can identify good opportunities in the market. It's just I have to dial in on my approach and make sure that I'm just following my rules. Like, so like here are my stats for the funded account only. I've only had 13 winning trades, 21 break evens, and 44 losses, which is crazy. Like, I don't even know. Like, that stat right there is just insane. Now, granted, they're not good stats, and it's not like we're in profit. Like, on the account, I'm technically in profit 1,200, but that doesn't matter. All I can really say about this performance this month is that I had to be reminded on my issues in the past. Like, this month has been collectively, like, every single trading flaw that I have, it came right back out this month. And there's no excuse for that, because last month I traded very well and I was very disciplined in what I did. But it is what it is. I gotta learn and I gotta move on. I mean, I've been documenting my journey since May, and I know I've come a long way since then, but I just had to be reminded on what the worst parts of my trading really are. So basically, it's time to do some deep self-reflection and iron this out for myself. Another thing that I do want to say is I was kind of trading the evaluation and the funded account all wrong. So I kind of realized this after I was like 6 or 7 days into my funded account, but your maximum loss, so you have the trailing drawdown of $4,500 on a funded account, right? So at any given time, you can't lose more than $4,500 or you blow the account until you cross $154,000, $154,500 in profit. So essentially, it doesn't really make sense if you're confident in your strategy and if you are confident in your trading execution. It does not make any sense to only trade one contract, because your trailing drawdown is going to be the same. Basically, the only thing you're doing is preventing yourself from blowing the account quickly, which I understand that. But your trailing drawdown is always going to be the same. So it really doesn't make sense to trade it how I trade it. If you're confident in your strategy and you're confident in your execution, honestly, what you should do you should trade with bigger size, because just think about it. If I would have traded this with 3 contracts, I would have been up 15,000 on my account, and essentially it's kind of like I did myself a disservice by trading with smaller size, because it just makes no sense. It really doesn't. And I didn't realize that until I got to like day 7 or 8, and I was like, wait, my trailing drawdown, my drawdown's the same. Yeah, I will take longer to blow the account, and that's good. And this is honestly how you should trade trade a live account, but we're talking about a prop firm where my max risk is $300. So if your max risk is $300 and you're comfortable losing that, but at the same time you're confident in your strategy and you're confident in your execution, you should trade these prop firms with a bigger size. I would say basically follow the scaling plan, or like, I don't want to tell anyone to full port their accounts, but like all I can say is next time I'll probably start, like next time I get a funded account, I'm going to start with 2 contracts. I'm going to get above 4,500. I'm going to keep trading 2 contracts till I hit 6,600. And then that's when I start scaling up to 3. And then essentially I like to have 11 full losing trades in my drawdown. So 2 contracts for me, I'm risking $400 on a trade. That allows me basically 11 and a half losses till I lose my account. Trading 1 contract makes no sense if you actually believe in your trading. If you aren't confident and you're just like learning still or whatever, then trading 1 contract might make sense. But yeah, that's just my take on it. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. So yeah, with all that being said, I guess I'll catch you guys in the next one.